Hey, I'm Paul here. Welcome back to Pilot Lounge. And joining us via Zoom from Edina, Minnesota is one of the recipients of the AOPA Flight Training Scholarships, Tristan Dawson. Hey, Tristan.
Hey Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Not as good as you, though. You have just been selected to receive one of our flight training scholarships. Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. It's very exciting.
What was it like when you got the phone call to let you know you were one of the recipients?
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. Definitely not something that I was expecting. It was pretty exciting.
So on your application, I saw that you are you're going into your senior year this fall.
Yep.
So you got another year of high school. What's it going to be like going back to school if we're allowed to go back into classes and stuff, and being able to tell people about your summer of flight training?
It's going to be pretty cool. Not a lot of people have that opportunity, so I think it's going to be a real neat thing to share with other people.
So you've already started the training, got right to it. Tell me about those first couple hours that you've done.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been flying with a local instructor in Brainerd, so that's where I live, primarily. But yeah, it's been pretty great. We've gotten right to it, and looking forward to doing some more training.
So what kind of things have you covered in your first couple lessons?
We got right into it. So we've done, slow flight, approach stalls, couple landings, a little bit of everything. We did a simulated engine out earlier this week, so that was an interesting experience.
Those are always fun. Get ready to get real comfortable with those, or uncomfortable, frankly. But so, what's been your favorite part of it so far?
I just love flying and learning about the science behind it. That's sort of my favorite thing. I'm a real science-driven mind. So I like learning about the aerodynamics and how the engine works and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was reading on your application you want to get a degree in aeronautical engineering with an emphasis in aerodynamics, and I don't know many other teenagers that have that in mind. What draws you to that?
Yeah, so ever since I was a little kid, flying to Florida or wherever it is, I always had to sit in the window seat because, I like to look out the window. And just growing up, I was always intrigued in how planes worked. And, with everything that SpaceX and NASA are doing right now, I think it would be a really cool industry to be working in.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of opportunity there. I mean, several commercial space companies and all sorts of amazing opportunities. Plus, hey, we're pretty much flying the same airplane design we've been flying for like 80 years, so maybe you can come up with something new.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great.
So, what is it that drew you to aviation in the beginning?
hmm So, growing up, learning about space was sort of like my first introduction to the world of aviation. And I remember reading a book. It was The Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Chris Hadfield. And he talked a bit about how he got to working with the Canadian Space Agency. And he spent a lot of time working as a test pilot, if I remember correctly. And for a long time, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a test pilot. So that's sort of how I originally got into it, and it's been something that I've just loved ever since I was a little kid.
Right on, right on. Well, what an incredible pursuit. And so, tell us about yourself. I understand you're a competitive swimmer as well, so you're pretty well rounded.
Yeah, for sure. So that's actually why I'm in Edina here. I'm training with the club team, and I'm living at my grandparents' house during the week, and then I spend the weekends back in Brainerd. So yeah, I do that, and I used to play baseball and hockey too, but over the years, I've sort of decided to focus my attention on swimming, and I'm hoping to make some sort of a collegiate career out of it.
Well, fantastic. I hope they heat the pools up there in the wintertime in Minnesota.
Yeah, they do. Most of them are inside.
Right on, right on. So, what you have such a drive for science. What do you think inspires that, and what would you tell other young people to maybe consider taking a STEM class or pursuing a STEM career?
Yeah, for sure. Science and STEM as a whole can be difficult for a lot of people. But I think that it's one of those things that you just got to stick with. And I think that, if you spend enough time learning whatever it might be, I think that the work will be well worth it. I think it's really cool being able to look at something and understand how it works. And that's sort of my drive for wanting to pursue STEM.
You were the kid that took the VCR apart to figure out how it worked, weren't you?
Yes, I was. My mom has many stories of me sitting next to the VCR, putting the cassettes in and out and pressing the eject and taking it apart and all that sort of stuff.
I love it. And, I think it's a natural extension of a person's curiosity to then go on and learn to fly. I mean, I'm kind of wired the same way. I like to tinker with things. And you're taking it a step further, pursuing that aeronautical engineering degree. That's some serious stuff. What do you think being a pilot will do to help you understand aeronautical engineering? And what do you think aeronautical engineering degree will help you do in the airplane?
Yeah, for sure. So I think that by getting my pilot's license, it'll help me understand, firsthand the sort of the controls of an aircraft and the ergonomics, and then learning the actual physics behind it and learning how planes are actually designed. I think will give me a real advantage as a pilot because I have a deeper understanding of the actual aircraft itself, which is always beneficial.
For sure, for sure. Well, Tristan, congratulations. I don't know how they pick the recipients, but I know they picked a good one with you, my friend.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. Well, Tristan Dawson joining us on the line from Minnesota, one of our AOPA scholarship recipients. Best wishes, and hey, keep in touch with us and let us know how your training goes.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually planning on starting a YouTube channel to sort of document my flight training. So, yeah, I'll be sure to let you guys know when that starts up here.
Yeah, send a link. I will subscribe and click the notification bell, man.
Sounds good.
All right. Best wishes.